Welcome back to Moonday Messages. We are in such interesting times. I feel like all of the different transits, astrology wise and human design wise, are just getting not necessarily more intense in terms of it being, more difficult to handle, but definitely intense in terms of progression in your personal life, but also when it comes to the macro and humanity. We are going through big changes. We are going through so many opportunities of embracing change, of allowing ourselves to move into the energy of doing things differently than, up until now. So it's interesting. But before we go deeper into this, you know the deal. The signs that this message is for you are coming up on the screen right now. The signs are 555, which is the number of change. So it's always like, I love how spirit communicates and gives me like the signs, because I always pay attention prior to the week to signs that come to me personally, but then I ground into the energy of the people watching this video, and so many times it actually coincides, and that's the case here as well. 555 and 444 are signs that you might see on a license plate and a telephone number, or whatever way, just know, or on the clock, whatever way, just know that that is a sign for you, that this message is for you. Another sign is watermelons and the aloe vera plant. So when you're seeing any of that, then this video is for you, this message is for you. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. It helps so much to grow the channel. I am showing up for you every week. It would be amazing if you would show up for me by just pressing a few buttons. It helps so much. Thank you so much. Let's get into it. The sun moves into gate 35, which is literally the gate of change. It is also located in the throat. We are still in the throat center. We're still in the expression center. We're still in the center of manifestation, right? So now we are moving into basically the phase of, before manifestations popping in, things change. You can see that, things are falling apart because space needs to be created for the new manifestation to fall into place, right? So that is like the phase that we are in right now. So this is experience and progression, and it's basically the energy talks about the natural evolution that comes from accumulating experiences, because this is really what this energy is about. And it asks you to embrace the change as a constant and natural part of life, because life at the end of the day is a series of transformative events that shape your perspective and wisdom. And it is a constant way of these ups and downs, bringing in more understanding, a perspective shift, and just in general more awareness of who we are and what role we are playing in the bigger picture, right? So the more you allow yourself to embrace changes and things shifting and things not working out the way you want to, you will realize that all of these different things have been a series of transformative experiences to help you become the version that you want to become, that you need to become, that your soul came here to be in order to fulfill what you came here to be, right? Which will coincide with you feeling the most bliss, happiness, and sense of belonging and sense of purpose, because it is connected to what your soul wanted to experience. So this will be the highest fulfillment that you will ever feel, but you have to get over the part of resisting the change that comes with it. Because, so try to see it as your soul, because most of people think that the soul is in the body, right? Which is not the case. The body is in the soul, because the soul is an energetic field, almost an energetic, because you are an energetic being, which is much, much bigger than, like the physical aspect of who we are as a human being. So the soul is like around us, encapsulating our physical body, and therefore has like such a bigger awareness of everything, not just because of it being bigger and being able to oversee things, but just because it is connected to the collective consciousness, and it's connected to the all-knowing wisdom that is out there in the universe, that is connected to God, right? So the soul knows that this circumstance and this experience that is going to make you feel shitty and makes you cry, it makes you question maybe your existence, and makes you even question, this is so funny, it was just 555 on the recording while I said that, questioning your existence. So that might actually be a thing for some of you right now, of just like asking and questioning, like, what is this all for? Like, why is this happening to me again? Because your soul knows that if you are going through these circumstances, until you actually have your perspective switch and realize that it was necessary, that will actually bring in the actual change that you want. Because most of the time, things that we want in our life, that we are manifesting, is connected to things being different. And at the same time, our humanness doesn't want different. It doesn't want things to change. It wants to stay in what it knows, because usually change means stepping into the unknown, right? So the question here is that I want you to ponder on a little bit is, where are you resisting change due to fear? And how can you challenge yourself to embrace the unknown? Because that is really what it is. Like, I want to give you these questions to journal on, to think about. If it's like you're pausing this video right now to ponder on it right now, or journal about it right now, or you take it with you to do it later. Don't miss out on this opportunity to go deep into questioning these things, into questioning yourself about, maybe perspective that you still hold that are outdated and not helping you to become the version that you want to become. Okay? So change is upon us. Change is something that we need to embrace, because that is the only constant in life. And I know that you know that is true. And as soon as we allow ourselves to be open and surrender to it and don't try to fight it, is when things get a little bit easier. Not entirely along the way, right? But it will get easier. Okay, what else came through while I was channeling is the changes coming up in your life now will lead you to a more fulfilling life. So when you embrace it and you allow yourself to be open to it, then you actually move into the next level of your soul's evolution. Okay? Because this is really what it is. Like, all of this is your soul's evolution. Our soul is not just while it's here with us, around us, all knowing, but when it was up there, wherever that is, whatever you believe in, before we decided to live a lifespan, a lifetime as a human being, your soul decided to have this experience as a human based on its evolutionary want, like the evolution that this soul wants to experience. Based on that, they decide what life to experience, what life to go through. Because our lifespan is, for us, long enough, and we're feeling all of the feelings, and we're going through all of these things. So it is exhausting, it is tiring, it is making us sad, but it's also beautiful, and it is funny, and it is cozy, and all of the things, because we are able to feel all of these beautiful emotions and sensations. So let's say an average lifespan is like 85 years, right? So like for us, like, that's 85 years, that's so long, right? But for a soul, that's just like a That's it. Like it's just like a wink, right? Like it's a very short span of time. So we are going through, it's almost like you can see it as a video game, that each phase that we are in our life is one level, right? And then when we reach the end of it, that is the entire game. But then there's always going to be a sequel of that game. And then that's the next life. That's the next version of yourself. It's still connected to the old ones, some sorts. That's why we are able to have past life remembrance, deja vu's, or just like thinking that we met someone before but we never did, and that might be from a different lifetime, because there is, like a red thread between these lives, because it is all being experienced by the same soul but not the same human. Okay, so it is all for the soul's evolution, and sometimes that means it needs to be an experience that is painful to let us grow into the version that this human needs to be in this lifetime, so that it will reach the end of that game so it can go into the next one as the next human. Okay, so don't be afraid of that. It is all connected to your soul, and you always will be able to have a connection to your soul if you just allow yourself to be still enough and tune into that energy. So just like allow yourself to trust the process is basically what I'm trying to say. And I know it's easier said than done. I know for a fact that it's easier said than done personally, because I have moments where I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What in the soul contract is going on? Why have I met another person that I thought might be my person and it is not? Why am I being presented with another opportunity that is then taken away from me, even though I was excited about it? Like sometimes it doesn't make sense, but it's not supposed to make sense. It's supposed to evoke specific emotions and sensations in your body, because that is necessary for you to let go, to purge, so that your nervous system is being worked on, so that you can expand energetically to match the thing that is actually for you. Okay? It does not always have to make sense. It's just about what it brings up in you is what is necessary to happen. Okay? Easier said than done. Doesn't feel nice. We don't want to feel that way. But trust me, I've been through so many deaths and rebirths at this time. I know for a fact that it will get better each time you get out on the other side. Okay, what else came up for me is that you need to get out of your outdated routine, because it's not beneficial anymore. So you might have like a specific routine that you are doing every day, and maybe it's not even a routine that you decided to do, but like life circumstances push you into it. For a lot of you, I can hear like there's like might be a social media detox necessary, or at least just like being a little bit more aware of what you are consuming on social media, because it can be a great tool if you consume things that are actually beneficial for your growth and beneficial for the phase that you are in your life. So I want you to at least become a little bit more aware of what you're consuming. But it might actually also be for a few of you like needing to go back into more movement, going back to the gym, maybe go dancing, or anything that is like connected to moving your body is something that I can see for a lot of you being beneficial right now. And then what else came through, what I heard is prepare your nervous system for more. What I mean by that is when you are calling in more, a better partner, or like a partner in general, a bigger house, more money, more opportunities, more aligned friends group or whatever. To get there, you have to go through purging phases, which will lead you to need to face specific emotions that you have been avoiding. When you allow yourself to feel these emotions and find a way to balance your nervous system through feeling these emotions, you are expanding your energy. That's why I mean prepare, what I meant by saying prepare your nervous system for more, because you're expanding your energy for bigger, more things to fall into place in your energetic field. Because when you're calling in something that you seem or deem as better than what you have right now, it's going to be on a higher frequency than you are right now. Therefore, you need to expand your energetic field so that the higher frequency has space in your energetic field. Does that make sense? Like, I would love for you to tell me in the comments if that is something that you have never thought of before in that way, or, you know, it doesn't make sense for you, is basically what I'm trying to get here. Because anything that you manifest is out of your current level of self-worth, which is the same as your current frequency level. Let's say there is 100% of a frequency level and you are at the moment at 65, and you're calling something in that you deem is better than what you have right now. So it requires for you to be at least on 85%. So you have to bridge the gap of 20% from 65 to 85 by going through circumstances that trigger the shit out of you, so that you expand your energy because you overcome these things by navigating it in a different way than you used to. So not running away from it, but seeing it through and finding a way to balance your nervous system while you do that. This is what is going to expand your energetic field, and you will move from the 65 to the 85. And as soon as you hit the 85, this is the moment when you will match the frequency of the thing that you're calling in, and the thing will be here. This is how manifestation works. Okay? So just trust the process, tend to your nervous system, do things that calm you, and maybe even, you know, have moments of laying in your bed or like sitting somewhere where you're cozy and you envision, like, first do something about your nervous system. If you feel anxiety, like, get out of that feeling first, like breathe through it, meditate, get to a state where you feel quite balanced and, you know, good, and then envision your energetic field that is around you. Try to see it, try to feel it, try to, you know, be able to consciously know that it's there, and then envision it broadening, envision it expanding, becoming bigger. Like maybe even envision that it grows bigger than the room that you are in, and bigger than the house that you are in, and bigger than the city that you are in, bigger than the country you are in, bigger than the world you are in. Envisioning your field expanding so much that it encapsulates the entire planet. This is how you actually expand your energetic field, because our mind is so powerful. We are so powerful. We just haven't been taught to be able to do these things, but we are able to do these things. So when you do that, you actually expand your energetic field. Okay, so that means you expand it. There's more space for more things to fall into place. Okay, but it has to happen at in hand in hand with your nervous system being balanced. Okay, let's see what the oracle deck has to say to this energy. Okay, what else is it that we need to know, Spirit? What else is it that we need to know right now? What does the collective that I was calling in to receive this message need to know? Beautiful. Okay, the first card that we have, end of a cycle. That really goes hand in hand and really strengthens the point of that change is about to come, and that we are in a phase of change, because an end of a cycle always means a new beginning, which is always an end, which is always change, right? So The end of a cycle is approaching. This might be an ending you have been waiting for, or it comes as a surprise to you. However, it's meant to end. It ran its course and brought you new insights and wisdom, which you will be able to take into this new section of your life and share the gained knowledge with others. Don't hold on to what's leaving your life right now. Better is to come, but it can only show up if you make space. We love when messages align. Next card is unexpected. Be open for unexpected miracles and blessings during this time. The energy is shifting in your life and might feel like you are losing your grip, but things need to shed and fall away for the new to come in. Trust that whatever leaves your life right now is leaving to make space for something that matches your new frequency. Be open to receive your blessings. I don't even have to say anything to this. Like, it makes so much sense. And then we have mirror, 5-line energy. Right now, you are called to function as a mirror to some people around you. You might not be able to see how their behavior affects you. This might be negative or positive. Make sure to reflect back to them what you receive. Sometimes we need to step up and show others the way. This is your chance to step into this role right now. I feel like that it is much more connected to you mirroring back to yourself. Like the questions that I gave you to journal about. Where am I resisting change due to fear? And how can I challenge myself to embrace the unknown? This requires mirror work, not necessarily in front of a physical mirror, but that might also be a thing. Mirror work with a physical mirror is actually so powerful. But it might be a little bit too much for some of you, because you will see things in your face when you do mirror work. Like when you are going to look into the mirror with a different intention to look at your experience, look at your appearance, but to use the mirror as a tool to look into your soul. So what you do with mirror work, you can Google it. I'm sure you can find a YouTube video or something, but it is really about you looking yourself into your eyes, and eye gaze with yourself. You might bring questions like this one, you might bring other questions, or you might just do it with an intention of, let my soul reveal to me what I need to see and what I need to know. And emotions will come up. These will be reflected on your face. So you might start judging yourself. There might be shadows coming up. There might be negative feelings coming up. But you might also see beautiful things as like a deep love for yourself, a deep trust for yourself. But the first times you will do it, it will usually be more you judging yourself because you've never really looked at yourself in that way. So trust yourself, trust your intuition if that is something that you are ready to do. But mirror work without a mirror is just as possible by journaling, asking the tough questions. What is it that I am avoiding? What is it that I am not allowing myself to do? Where can I embrace the unknown even more? Okay. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have woods. You are asked to get into grounding right now. You might feel all over the place or just a bit out of it right now. Grounding is a practice that can help in balancing balancing out your energy. Take a walk in nature, repot your plants, meditate, walk barefoot in grass. There are so many ways to practice grounding. Take your favorite one and spend some time practicing for the next week to come. You will see how easily your energy will shift. So this is really connected to the nervous system talk that I shared with you, of like how important it is when you're expanding yourself and something is changing, which rattles our nervous system, and we are calling something bigger in, and we do the necessary work for that to happen. We need to balance our nervous system, because if you override your nervous system energetically, you will not be able to match that new thing, because you are not listening to your inner child. You're not listening to what your body is telling you. Because as soon, like when you do the work, but you override your nervous system and it is not balanced and it doesn't feel safe, it blocks the manifestation to come in, because it doesn't feel safe to receive the manifestation, because it connects the manifestation due to the feelings of feeling unsafe to something that is unsafe, and then it will not land. it will not be able to land in your space. Okay, so that is like one of the most important things for you to pay attention to, balancing your nervous system. Okay, very clear message once again. We love it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up for yourself. Thank you for supporting me. Once again, I would appreciate a like, a comment, a subscription, sending it to friends, sharing it on social media. You know that I always create some snippets as well. If you are sharing those, I'm also very grateful. There will be on all of the platforms, TikTok, Instagram, and also here on YouTube. So thank you for being here. Thank you for loving on yourself and receiving the messages that you need to grow into the version that you want to and need to become. And I talk to you next week.